You're back with us here on the C Morning Show, everyone. It is the halfway point of our program, and it's time for our first discussion of the morning. Now, you all know that Ramadan is one of the most important months for Muslims here in Indonesia, as the holy month brings both blessings and, in fact, also opportunities, especially those working in the F&B industry.
Indeed. Now, micro, small, and medium enterprises have also experienced a surge in sales during Ramadan as demand in bakery and also cookie products and food hampers have also soared at the same time.
Indeed. However, there is the opposite end of the spectrum as well. Many, if not all, MSMEs are struggling with cash flow management problems. Several also have failed to innovate, resulting in the failure of their businesses. So, to find out more about cash flow management strategies and how to avoid some of these pitfalls and perhaps tips for growing a successful business, we're now joined with the founder of one, Otera. She's an entrepreneur and she's joining us on today's program, Ria Ellysa. Welcome to the program, Ria.
Thank you for having me.
Great to have you.
Thank you for being here. Cannot wait for knowing about your, sneak peek on your recipe, because indeed it is a very successful business. You were just mentioning before with Paul that you actually founded Otera during the pandemic,
True.
right? So now it's been like, what, 2 years?
It's been 2 years and we are
Right.
selling fully online and growing fully online.
How did you grow that amidst of pandemic? Of course, we know during the pandemic, everything somewhat seems like shut down, but you're growing, so it's kind of the opposite polar of this.
Yeah, I think business is essentially about demand and supply, right? We see something is a rush during the pandemic. There is an opportunity which about health. People are more aware towards healthy lifestyle during pandemic, so there is a need toward healthy food. Otera, we are serving healthy food, so there is a match in terms of need and supply. So I think thanks to that momentum as well, we also managed to get awareness towards healthy industry itself.
And people are sticking to the lifestyle until now.
Indeed. So many more people were aware of being healthy during the pandemic and trying to stay home at the same time, so it works both ways for you. But as mentioned, there is a failure of some of these businesses, especially in recent days. Why do you think that is happening?
Yeah, I think there's lots of factors. Specifically, if you're talking about SMEs, I think SMEs, the main problem that we have is we are running out of cash flow and fail to keep up with the market trends, fail to keep up with the customer needs, and then we fail to innovate. Those are the main factors that could lead to a failure to a business.
Okay. Why is there a problem with cash flow? I mean, it was working fine for first little while. Is it because there's a rise in expenses or output of cash?
Yeah, definitely. Starting a business, especially when you just started, there's lots of expensive. You need to do marketing, you need to hire people to do the stuff for you. If you're not carefully managing the expenses that you're giving out, comparing to the revenue that you get, if you're not able to balance those stuff, there is where you're going to have some problem in the cash flow. For example, in Otera, I give you an example. In Otera, our business model is subscription. So people have to pay us before we deliver goods.
Right.
There
So
are
you get
some,
your cash in first.
Yeah, we get cash in first. There are some people deliver the goods first, but people pay them 1 month afterwards.
Right.
Those are the thing is quite dangerous for small business. If they are not good at managing those stuff, they are going to running out of cash flow.
So where you started Otera, was it a homegrown business before?
Yeah, we started from a homegrown business. So my personal background, I used to work as a consultant. Before then, I quit my full-time job to run this business when pandemic. So I started this with my co-founder, and we do this all homemade at the first. But we are really glad, thanks to social media, thanks to the community, now we are expanding. We are building our own factory as well.
So I mean, you have now, you have your own team and also staffs before. But before that, you were doing it all alone, right?
Yeah.
So how do you know that it's time for you to kind of open more spaces for having your team members and staffs to work for you, than for you to delegate all these responsibilities and you can take,
Yeah. When you are a business owner, you kind of get a sense of it because you can see your customer base is growing, your sales is growing, people are demanding more for your product. We cannot keep up with the demand that's coming up. I think there's a time when you know that you have to invest.
Yes.
You have to enlarge your capacity, your supply, to really serve more audience and give more impact to people.
Timing is everything, isn't it, when it comes to expansion?
It is.
So let's talk about timing a little bit. We didn't mention a lot of these. One of the reasons you mentioned is lack of innovation. Lack of innovation could be the fact that when we, regular consumers, started to come out of this pandemic, we relied less on ordering things online. We wanted to go back out into the stores again. We wanted to experience life outside of our homes
Yes.
again. Perhaps some businesses lack the foresight to make that shift again. What was your strategy in facing that? Is this something you anticipated? And is this part of the strategy in order for you to expand as well, knowing full well that, well, the world's going to not always be in this pandemic state forever?
Yeah, definitely. I believe that when pandemic happening, everything is go online. That's why we started online, because we started on pandemic. We sell online, we deliver to their home. But you know, right now, pandemic is not that heavy anymore. People are start going offline. You see,
Right.
shopping mall are more crowded again. So we are also introducing our new strategy this year. We are also engaging to offline. So I believe business, we need to have online and offline
You'd have both.
integration. We have both. So I think those kind of thing is really crucial. As an entrepreneur, definitely we have to be sensitive on what the market trends, where the customer is going. We have to follow that.
Right.
And you know, timing, again, you said it's all about perfect timing because January 2023, Otera, you won and receive a capital of 300 million rupiah for your business
Congratulations.
in one of the entrepreneurial competition. Can you share more about this with us?
Yeah, so, you know, as small business, I use lots of, I used to join lots of business competition and business incubator to start. I think mainly was to introduce about my business to more people, and then second was to connect with the other entrepreneurs to learn from their experience. I think the best way to get those resources is to join to their community, to join to those competition, right? So last year we joined lots of it. I joined 3 of it. I joined the one that is from government, is from the Ministry of Creative Economy and Tourism. It's called Food Startup Indonesia. And I also joined the private one. It's from Wismilak Foundation. It's a Diploma Success Challenge, which the one that's giving me grants to 300 millions
Congratulations.
to run the business.
though.
Thank you. Yeah. And last is the international program is Founder Institute from Southeast Asia. I joined those programs and really grateful that Otera win on those 3 programs. And it helps us to gain our, you know, help us with our awareness, and
Right.
also it gives us grant, it gives us
Yes.
capital to run on the business as well.
Yeah, you know, some people, especially here, you know, they're reluctant to kind of join these kind of programs. You were saying this is basically network for you to kind of like learn and understand from other businesses also. But some people are in a lack of confidence, I think, to kind of take part of these kind of programs. So what's your take on this? So then, of course, our viewers probably in the same business as you are a little bit more confident, open to join these kind of programs. What benefits do you think that you gain from this?
Yeah, I think there is no need to be not having any confidence, because when you know, basically I quit everything, my full-time job to run the
Yeah.
business. I needed this business to grow. Not only it has to survive myself, but my business essentially we wanted to impact more people. We wanted everyone knows. We wanted to have everyone knows how we can contribute and help. So I think if you're an entrepreneur, you should go all out for your business. Anything you see could benefit your business, go for it. No matter what the result is, you just try your best.
Oh, very interesting.
I love your
someone just
mindset.
messaged me a couple of days ago with some words of wisdom like that. She did mention the same thing as well,
Yeah.
about just going big or go home. If you're going to do it, you just got to do it
Yeah,
with your full effort.
I
Just
like
do
it.
halfway.
Go big or go home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's shift gears a little bit to the month of Ramadan, because we do know that MSMEs such as yourself do have to deal with a lot more traffic. We have to deal with a lot more orders.
Yes.
What's the best strategy that you've learned over the last couple of years? Because despite being in the middle of a pandemic, you still, I'm sure, had this holiday rush that you had to deal with. What's the best plan of action there? Because I do have someone in my household that runs a little bit of a private bakery of her own, and she does, I notice, have to balance within, I want to take as many orders as I can, but I don't want quality to be reduced or for there to be any late deliveries or things of that sort. So what are some of the things you consider when you're facing the holiday season?
Yeah, so to be honest, you know, we are talking about holiday season, right, Ramadan, right? Those businesses are on the rise, like you're selling hampers, you're selling Lebaran
Yeah.
cookies. But in contrary, for Otera, we're selling healthy food.
Right.
So it's actually a challenge initially for us. How do people wanted to consume healthy food when it's a time to consume pineapple cookies?
Yeah.
So those kind of challenge we are facing. But this is the thing that I would like to share to the audience as well. You know, we can always create the momentum. Those are things I believe really crucial. So we launched a program during Ramadan. We call it Sahur Ngebut Pakai Otera. So Otera is actually a meal replacement. It's
Right.
quick and convenient for people. we are actually launching this campaign for people who are always running late for sahur.
Yes.
People who need more nutrition for their fasting period.
And can't eat like a huge meal because it's really
Yeah.
difficult to eat a huge meal
Yes.
too. We were talking about that, right?
Yeah, true. You know, people oftentimes consume our product during 9 a.m. in the breakfast in the morning.
Right.
But during fasting period, nobody consume breakfast at 9 a.m.
Okay.
So if we are not doing some innovation, we are not launching new strategy, we're going to lose ourselves into half because at least those people who are on fasting will not buying our product anymore.
Right.
That's why we are making a campaign. We are giving a reason for our audience to consume our product even during Ramadan.
Just at a different
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, it's just
That's
at a different
genius.
time. Yeah.
That's brilliant.
It's really great for us too.
Exactly,
We have
'cause
to
we're
run
always
to
thinking,
the studio at 3 o'clock in the morning.
and I have a limited window that I can
Yeah.
eat this, and I can only consume
True.
so much.
True.
That
Right.
would be perfect. You just need to drink.
Right.
Yeah.
So how do we find this kind of out of the box or perspective, especially like your businesses again in the Ramadan month, maybe something that is just it's very different for different to tackle and whatnot, easier for people that's selling cookies or maybe
Yeah.
sweets and delicacies and whatnot. How do you find that kind of perspective and how to market it,
Yeah.
and then for people to be engaged with it too?
Yeah, talk to your customer. I think there is two important things that really contributes to our early growth day up until now. First is we always talk to our customer because your customer is the one who really knows what they need. We talk to our customers to understand how we could actually help you during sahur, how we could actually help you during Ramadan. Is that your sahur moment or is your buka moment? There's lots of moments how we can help you.
Okay.
So talk to your customer. I think is the best approach for you to really understand on what does the customer needs.
Okay, so we talked about all the benefits. Let's talk about any of the challenges that you've faced that perhaps if you could give any advice to our viewers who do have MSMEs to avoid any pitfalls that if they're still in their early days. What is the toughest challenge you've had so far?
Yep. Especially during Ramadan, as you mentioned, also quantity always on the rise
Yes.
during Ramadan. But the case is quality oftentimes being compromised when
Right.
quantity is a rise, right? So that's the challenge, I believe, for entrepreneur. We need to make sure the operation team is ready to face with the demand. But as good as we can anticipate, I believe things sometimes things goes wrong,
Yeah.
So always. This is love.
Yeah. So what we did in Otera, we are also not perfect. We also having quality issues sometimes when the demand is spike up.
Right.
So what we do is be transparent to your customer,
Okay.
talk to them, let them know what is happening, why is this happening, and let them know you are doing something to fix it and providing them solution.
Yeah.
I believe people nowadays, consumer, they prefer heart-to-heart connections.
True.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to know that, you're doing something for them.
Like you're listening to me. Like I'm
Yeah.
paying you, of course,
Yeah.
for your service. Then you're listening to me.
That's a really good point. I've had product complaints before that if even my email got responded, I'm really happy. I'm like, oh, I
Right.
actually took the time to reply.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then usually, if they took the time out to reply, they'll do something about
Right.
it. Like,
It's like
for their
customer
next
service
thing.
number
Yeah.
101, right?
So it's all back to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Thanks to that, we also gain lots of organic share from our customer through social media because they got the wow effect. Wow, someone's
they'll share
listening my
about it.
complaint. Yeah.
Right. And let's talk about your social media content because social media plays a big part, especially on MSMEs nowadays. I mean, it's inevitable, right? And how do you, kind of conduct your content itself?
Yeah. So I believe content is one of the tools that we use since the very beginning until now for us to market, to introduce ourselves to the audience, right? So I think right now with the rise of social media like Instagram and TikTok, we have to really understand the trend. The trend is about short video. People are going for reels. People are going for TikTok. Use that facilities, using the real trend, what is going on trend, selling to the customer, but soft selling. Do not
Yes.
hard sell on social media
Yeah.
because people wanted to hear story. People wanted
Right.
to know how this product can help them. Do not
Yeah.
just selling them, hey, buy my product. This
Right.
is really good. Hey, just buy it.
Like
You
the
need to
hard
buy it.
sell.
It's a hard
The price
sell.
is this. It's gonna be
Yeah.
good for you. Just drink it.
Yeah, because
Right?
there's other competitors out there with the same thing. I like a company or a product that has a story behind it, and I'll always stand behind that.
Yeah, true. And I think apart from content, community is also very powerful.
Yeah.
As an SME myself, I also grow thanks a lot to community.
How do you engage your community?
Yeah, there's a lot, especially with social media. You can easily find those community online, or else if you don't have to go to online, you just go to your Ibu-Ibu Arisan nearby your home.
Okay, so local
Those are
community.
very powerful. if your product can satisfy them, they will be really happy to promote your brand.
Oh, that's right. We call it the emak-emak effect.
The emak-emak power.
It always
Yeah, I
works.
know. It's very different nowadays.
So I agree with all your points except for one. If somebody was to send me a healthy drink, food substitute, hampers, I would take that over my pineapple cakes anyway. I'm not really into the pineapple cookies anyway. So it's been great having you here. Thank you so much for sharing. Obviously, if you guys do want to know more, you can find otera.id on Instagram. And good luck to you this
Thanks.
coming holiday season, and there'll be many more holiday seasons to come. And I look forward to seeing your. Are you planning to do any of these like pop-up stores or stands inside the malls?
Definitely,
Is that
please
on the
pray for us.
absolutely. I can't
Hopefully,
wait
you
to
can
see
see
that.
us more offline this year.
All right. So how many offlines, by the way? Just
We are now in 40 distribution point
40.
offline.
Okay, 40. There you go, guys.
Sure,
Yes.
there's one in your area.
Dream big. Yeah, dream big. All right.
Dream big and start doing.
Let's start doing it. There you go. All right, walk the talk. Let's take a break right now, everyone. But when we return, we'll have more updates from around the world. So stay tuned right here on the C Morning Show, only on C Today. We'll be right back.
Thank you so much. That was great.